Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Victoria Reynolds Show. I am so glad you tuned in. And first, I'd like to apologize for the technical difficulties that we've been having on the show. We have absolutely been recording, wishing that you would have been here. Why did you do that? And
What happened?
wishing in here for us to have shared what has taken place over the last couple of shows.
Yes.
However, we're going to move forward from here. And today we're going to talk about a really serious topic that's, what's going on in the nation. And before we get started doing that, though, we would like everyone listening to join us in reverencing, respecting the fallen police officers and the victims of the recent, of all the recent catastrophes that's been happening in the nation. Yeah.
Yes.
So Victoria is going to grace us with a song that we have experienced when the memorial service was going on.
Yes.
But we personally feel like, we should do some kind of dedication to the fallen officers as well as to the victims.
Yes.
Because we're going to come back. When we come back, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter and how that has impacted us personally as well as how it is impacting the nation.
Yes.
And hopefully come up with some solutions that people can, really kind of contemplate and think about, because it's really getting crazy.
Yes, it is.
So I'm Jannell. I'm Victoria's co-host, and we're gonna just sit for a minute while Victoria sings "Amazing Grace."
Awesome. Thank you. And this song is for our fallen officers as well as the victims. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saves a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, and was blind, but now I see. It was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my spirit relieve. Oh, how precious it was when grace appeared in the hour that I first believed. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. That was absolutely beautiful. Gave me the chills. That was beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, because we definitely want our listening audience to know that we have crazy respect for the police as well as crazy love for our people.
Yes.
And so it is significant that we talk about this matter, and we are going to
address that when
we come back.
All right, so just stay tuned, and we'll be back. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Stop by for the Thursday Club, Thursdays from 3 to 6 p.m. right here on WUDG Underground Columbus. It all goes down in the underground.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School.
Nasty's Sports Bar in Reynoldsburg is under new management. Located at 6150 East Main Street, the home for Taco Tuesday is rejuvenated and the home for great food and family fun. Nasty's Sports Bar is a great place for happy hour, serving $2 domestics, $3 glasses of wine, and $5 appetizers, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 614-864-2827 to find out the daily specials. Nasty's. Great food, family fun, with a cool name.
Is gonna When filmmakers view the world, their goal is to capture a moment or idea in time. Here at the Ohio Media School Columbus campus, the 6-month film and video program helps young and aspiring filmmakers prepare for their journey in the cinema world. Learn scene shooting, set roles, advanced post-production, and fundamentals of motion pictures as part of the in front of and behind the scenes training as an emphasis student at the Ohio Media School. Capture your imagination finding the best ways to screenwrite and storyboard your films. Learn from media and cinema experienced instructors who share their real-world experience as part of the 24-week program. Financial aid and job placement assistance is available for those who qualify. Enrollment qualifications based on completion, prior education, achievement, or professional experience. To find out more information, go to beonair.com or call 614-655-5250 and enroll today. The Ohio Media School, where broadcast media careers begin.
Broadcasting is evolving, and you can be on the front line. Digital and traditional media jobs are being created daily. Have you ever wondered why so much pain, death, and suffering in the world and just what the future holds for America? Believe it or not, there are grave national troubles and calamity that are about to come upon the United States, and you need to understand as this is going to impact our life. There is a book you should read. This hard-hitting book lays bare the oncoming trouble that is to shortly come upon the United States and Britain. Just go to America and Britain You Were Warned and order your copy. That is AmericaandBritainYouWereWarned.com. You owe it to yourself and to your family to understand the signs of the times and what is about to happen. These are the most important questions that need answered. The book is titled America and Britain You Were Warned by Herbert W. Armstrong. Order your book today at AmericaandBritainYouWereWarned.com or go to Amazon Books and write in the title of the book and it will be available. America and Britain You Were Warned.com.
Make that graduation day the best day ever with a graduation banner from Peggy's Monogramming and Embroidery. Graduation banners that stand out. You can order a graduation banner for $65 with no picture or $100 with a picture. It contains the congratulations, the name, the school name, and that class year. And included is a free t-shirt. Graduation banners that stand out. Peggy's Monogramming and Embroidery, located at 1986 Cleveland Avenue. To place your order, call 614-297-0935. That's 614-297-0935. Peggy's Monogramming and Embroidery, located at 1986 Cleveland Avenue. Peggy's Monogramming and Embroidery, graduation banners that stand out. Get your graduation banner today.
Nasty's Sports Bar in Reynoldsburg is under new management. Located at 6150 East Main Street, the home for Taco Tuesday is rejuvenated and the home for great food and family fun. Nasty's Sports Bar is a great place for happy hour, serving $2 domestics, $3 glasses of wine, and $5 appetizers, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 614-864-2827 to find out the daily specials. Nasty's. Great food, family fun, with a cool name.
Only on UndergroundColumbus.com.
The Underground Vault is back and better than ever. For your chance to win prizes, call 614-636-5601. When you call your favorite on-air personalities, they'll give you the chance to win, and once every week, one lucky listener will win what's in the Underground Vault. Listen all day, Monday through Friday, for your next chance to win. WUDG Underground Columbus, your best stop for independent and unsigned artists.
Only on UndergroundColumbus.com.
All right, welcome back to the Victoria Reynolds Show. And how is everyone doing? I hope you enjoyed that. It definitely was from my heart to the fallen officers and also the black lives that were killed or murdered. The victims, yeah. So normally I thank God before the show starts, but we got into our moment, so forgive me. But Yes, I thank God for guiding me, directing me in everything that I do. It's all because of His glory. No one else's. It's not about fame. It's not about honor on this show. It's all His. So I just want to thank Him for these rewarding days, these moments that I thought I could never do. And here I am. But okay, I need to introduce my co-host, Jannell. Jannell.
Thank you, Victoria. You know, I really am sorry that you guys did not get to see the last two shows, which were,
Yes.
oh gosh, so phenomenal.
Oh,
I
they
couldn't
were.
believe they did not air. I couldn't believe it. They were fantastic. And
But you know-
I just was like, oh my God. But you know, so I'm gonna when I do talk about healthy sexuality, I am gonna reiterate a little bit about what I had discussed on the prior two shows, because I ended up duplicated them twice, which will be thrice now, because it's gonna be the third time that I talk about the particular information. However,
Right now,
we're talking about
we're
Black
gonna
Lives
talk about
Matter, right?
yes, we're
And I just want to kind of define that a little bit.
yeah, I would like for you to.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Black Lives Matter is advocates for dignity, justice, and respect. It's guided by love, which is so significant. It's guided by love. It says we continue to stand together for justice, human dignity, and our shared goal of ending all forms of state violence against Black people. We organize, occupy, demonstrate, march, and chant for a new future. A future we can be proud of.
Yes.
We stand on the shoulders of our ancestors who fought for their freedom and ours. Like them, we want a world where our lives matter. For far too long, our unjust deaths have meant business as usual in this country. Our work remains undone, people.
Yes.
Until our lives are free of violence, that is the future we'll just imagine. Until that day, we pledge togetherness. We will not allow ourselves to be divided. We pledge to allow our thinking and our actions to be guided by love.
Love.
Guided by love, okay? We pledge to bring courage and power into our communities and stop the flow out. We pledge not to be controlled by fear, but instead by our dreams. Join us and pledge to do the same. Stand with the movement for Black Lives Matter. And you can read more about that on action.movementforblacklives.org/pledge. And of course, we know the latest situation with Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Philando Castile, which ultimately culminated in the shooting of the 11 police officers. And believe me when I tell you, I love the police. My baby sister is a 14-year veteran of the police department. Think of where we would be without the police. It's not, and then you got certain rogue police officers who are out here doing these catastrophic events, and look at innocent lives lost because of the mentality of a few. Because we have thousands upon thousands of police officers in this country, and so
Yes.
one of the things that I really want people to think about is that every decision has a future. No matter what that decision is, count on it. It has a future. It either has a good future or a bad one. And so I really want people to think about, their decisions when they're in these particular situations.
Yes. And you know what? I have a cousin that passed away and it was a probation officer. His name is Tyshawn Hancock, and I do have a poster sitting over here in reference to Sean. In reference to Sean, let's see if I can get you closer to it. Okay, would that be 3?
Yeah,
There it is. All right. Well, actually, yes. Sean was murdered by a probation officer, and what happened was he was asleep in his bed at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the officers, the probation officer, but really not his particular probation officer, came to the house and requested to come in. We said, okay, come on in. But then all of a sudden, I'm assuming through technology that they already knew where he was sleeping. And Sean was hearing some stuff like, you can't do that, you can't come up in our house, you can't do that. And they went right into his room. The kids were sleeping next door to him. And they came in, they wrestled with him. Sean was shot in the back multiple times. And so, yes, I have a voice in this matter because Black Lives Matters. I think he was targeted because of his religious beliefs. You know, so if you really want to know any information, you can just go on YouTube and look up Tyshawn Hancock and how his life was lost because of improper procedures. You just can't come in somebody's house at 8 o'clock in the morning to catch them off guard and then go into their bedroom to tussle with them and to fight with them. So that is something that I kind of had to bring out on the show because I can get sentimental, start crying about this, and I don't want to, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you.
Well, unfortunately, Victoria, you're talking about an all too familiar situation that has happened to many individuals. And you know, I really can't speak to what you were saying about your cousin, which I really do feel sad that happened. But I do know a number of individuals that same particular situation has happened to. And so when we come back, we're just going to talk a little bit more about just my particular incident, because I had several incidents actually, because I have 3 sons, 3 grown male sons and 5 grandsons. And so I fear for their lives every day. And it shouldn't be like that in America, that I have, as a mother and a grandmother, would fear for the lives of my sons and grandsons. And so, you know, there's a particular incident that comes to mind that happened to me personally. So we'll talk about that when we come back.
Okay, well, actually, we only have a few minutes because we have to cut it short today. So if you can just come on and just give us some information of what happened to your sons.
Okay.
In this matter.
Well, I was in my son's neighborhood, and I was sitting at a light, and he was driving by. He passed right in front of me, and there was a state highway patrol behind him in a residential district. So, you know, usually you should be able to feel safe in that situation, but I was struck with terror. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna stop my son. So I immediately put my car in reverse, backed up into a parking space, called my other sons, like, hey, little Dave's getting stopped up here. I told him where I was at, and immediately began filming as I walked up to the scene. And
you have to do that now.
Yeah, and so my son, he had my son behind the car with his hands on the car, and so I just sat, filming. There was a little storefront. I sat at the storefront and just was filming, and he was searching my son's car, and then he noticed me, by this time, my other son and my nephew had arrived at the scene. They were across the street, just sitting. Standing. They both got out the car. They were standing across the street, watching from the front angle of the scene. And so he was like, "May I help you?" I said, he said, "Is there a problem?" I said, "No, sir, not yet." I said, "There's no problem at all." I said, "But the young man with his hands on the car, that's my son." And so I'm just watching the procedure. So he stopped my son because his tent was his windows. And so he got this little instrument out, checked the tent, and my other sons walked across the street and stood with me. We continued to tape the whole situation. And I don't even remember if he wrote him a ticket or not. But the fact of the matter that the police had stopped my son, and I was, I wasn't fearful. I was terrified.
Oh God, that is in your spirit. You know what? Every night I pray that when my sons are outside the door, that I pray that they don't come against anything as what we have been seeing with the black men and even the black women. Philando Castle, it says that Philando Castle, he was pulled over this last, not the last one, but the one before that he was pulled over at least 52 times in recent years in and around the Twin Cities, given citations for minor offenses, including speeding and driving without a muffler. This was a gentleman that was shot in his car. And it also goes to say that he was assessed at least $6,588 in fines and fees throughout his time as an adult on Earth, and 86 violations, which were dismissed. Mr. Calson, they're looking at, maybe he's just a bad driver or just unlucky.
But you're talking about driving. He shouldn't have died because he was driving. And why would they post all of that?
No. But the reason why I brought this to our attention is because that's the same thing that my cousin Tyshawn experienced. It might not have been the exact same situation, but Tyshawn was targeted.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because it's almost like trying to make it sound like it was his fault that the police killed him.
Right, but it wasn't his fault.
We're talking about traffic violations.
Yeah, he died for traffic violations. But he wasn't even in the car. He wasn't even driving. But they pulled him over, and he mentioned that he had a gun.
He was licensed to carry a gun.
To carry one.
Right.
And
that's what you're told when you get because my son has a CCW.
Yeah.
And when you get that particular certification to carry a weapon, you're told that when the police pulls you over, even when they run your plate, they see that you have a CCW. So you're told immediately to tell the officer whether you have a weapon in the car or not. Because you're licensed to carry a weapon.
I know, but can you imagine?
And that Missouri was open carry. You can carry a gun.
Carry,
in Missouri,
okay. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
But this man was shot.
Right.
And died right there in the car.
Right.
You know, his life. That life mattered. And
all lives matter.
All lives matters. Even if you're Mexican, Hispanic, all lives matter. It's not about just black lives. Black lives, we're protesting about black lives only because
minorities. Period.
Because it's happening too much. We need to stand to say, hey, these bad cops, if you already know who they are, let them go to bring unity in our community. That is one of the ways of keeping or cutting down peace and cutting down havoc with our police officers, because they're all officers.
Because
majority of them are good officers.
Are good police officers, correct?
They really are. So I'm saying a remedy for that. That's one of mine. is if they already know, if the chief of police already know that these officers are bad cops, why continue to put them out there?
Right.
Resolution for you?
Well,
What you think?
I was listening to a show, and this guy was expressing that. He said white people get to be white all day. He said, but black people really gotta pick and choose when to be black. And it's a sad situation because it's true. You have to choose when to express yourself culturally, or when to express yourself differently or alternatively or smartly or dumbly, but always express yourself appropriately. Always be appropriate, because people are really losing their lives out there, and it's really extremely serious. I talk to my sons all the time about it, and they are definitely appropriate. They're definitely appropriate. So we'll be back.
So we will be back with Jannell and healthy sexuality.
Yeah.
All right.
Talk about some good stuff.
Can't wait.
Right.
Broadcasting from the underground studios at the Ohio Media School in Columbus, Ohio. This is WUDG Underground Columbus. It all goes down in the underground.
WUDG
Columbus.
always streaming live at undergroundcolumbus.com.
Only on undergroundcolumbus.com.
The Underground Vault is back and better than ever. For your chance to win prizes, call 614-636-5601. When you call your favorite on-air personalities, they'll give you the chance to win, and once every week, one lucky listener will win what's in the Underground Vault. Listen all day, Monday through Friday, for your next chance to win. WUDG Underground Columbus, your best stop for independent and unsigned artists.
Only on undergroundcolumbus.com.
do what they want. Ooh, what they want. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Let the people do what they want.
Welcome back. How's everyone doing? How's our audience doing? This is the Victoria Reynolds Show, and this is also WUDG UndergroundColumbus.com. Best unheard music right here, right now. Okay, so I have Jannell, and she's going to be talking about healthy sexuality.
Okay. And for the third week, literally, we have been doing the show every week, but for some reason, we have not been able to broadcast. So unless you've seen us streaming live, I think you missed it. But never fear, never fear. You know, it's interesting, too, that for 3 weeks in a row, I've been talking about establishing inner peace because it's we want to tread a path to healthy sexuality. And it's just like, you know, walking through tall grass. You walk through it the first time and, you know, you're getting your knees all, legs all slapped, but you walk through it enough and there's going to become a really defined path. And so what I would like us to do is just walk into that path. And like I was saying for the last couple of weeks and before, I think the first step to developing healthy sexuality definitely begins with us, okay?
It does.
And we have to begin at the beginning. So, I'm just thinking about the last couple of shows, which were so phenomenal. I know. But nevertheless, let's move forward. Okay.
Yes.
And so I had talked about the first step to developing healthy sexuality is to begin to operate in forgiveness. That is my suggestion. And what I also suggested was that you go, I don't care where you go, but to the Dollar Tree or wherever and get a notebook. You know, if you don't do anything past this activity other than, because, you know, some people are writers, some people are talkers, but what I suggest is, because we were talking, well, like I was saying last week, when we harbor unforgiveness, it does not hurt the person who has offended you or violated you as much as it hurts you. So you might have had a boyfriend in high school 30 years ago who you have had a horrific experience with.
Yes.
And for 30 years you have been carrying this animosity against this person. And we as human beings think that, oh, well, it's just against him. No, it reflects on every aspect of our life. Every situation, every relationship is feeling the brunt of operating out of this unforgiveness. So what I suggested was that everyone would, who's listening, who wants to operate in out of unforgiveness, who wants to operate in forgiveness, pardon me, and who wants to be healthy, not only sexually, but spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, because I think healthy sexuality is when you're able to embrace yourself completely, when you're able to embrace who you are. I think one of the most sexy things in the world is a confident person. When you walk in confidence and you love who you are.
Yes.
And you make good decisions for yourself.
Right.
So what I suggest is you just take a blank piece of paper. I mean, you could have been in, you could write, I want you to write down every single name of everybody who you feel may have offended you. And I mean, it could have been your mother, your father, it could have been an ex-boyfriend, a girlfriend, it could have been a co-worker, it could have been, hey, you could be sleeping with them right now, as a matter of fact, you know. You could be with this person right now. So what I suggest is that you get a piece of paper, write everyone's names down. Now, because I covered this information really in a lot more detail, because we kind of have to cut the show short and we spent a lot of time trying to make sure that the technology was together.
Yes.
What I suggest is you write down all the names in the notebook. I mean, you could write them in columns, you could write them page after page.
Yes.
Because, you know, like I was saying before, I think everybody's feelings are valid. You know, I don't know what happened. All I know is, you know, what happened to me in my life.
Right.
But all of us have had experiences that may not have been conducive to us being healthy or growing healthy or whatever. But I'm sure that some of us are in a situation where we could forgive somebody. Write those names down. You might have been in foster care or anything. I don't know. But if you can't listen to a song or ride down a street, or as soon as somebody mention her name, your neck go to snapping, and you can't stand this or that.
That's our young kids.
Right. Well, honey.
You see some older ones act like that?
Oh my goodness! Don't let me start.
Oh no.
But what I suggest is you write the names down, Now, because I covered this information a couple of times, in case people were watching live streaming, because I talked about, it's a process. Sometimes, operating in this process can go minute to minute, hour to hour, day by day. You forgive, then you take it back. Forgive, take it back. But the more you practice forgiveness, the easier it becomes. It's just like that path in the tall weeds.
Yeah, that's just like serving God.
Yeah, it comes.
You gotta give it to Him, and don't take it back.
Don't take it back.
Because once you take something back, when you take it from Christ, I can relate to what she's saying by dealing with Him, that when troubles and problems come my way, and I can't dismiss it out of my mind, I give it to Him, and then I leave it with Him. But there's been times where I take it back by expounding on it all over again, and so I've taken it from Him, and I carry it now again. Right. So yes,
it's almost like taking your cheating boyfriend back. It's like, oh, I forgive you. No, come on. But when he comes home, all you're talking about is his cheating. Oh yeah, you was this. Yes. Then you're operating out of unforgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You just want him there so you can badger him, and that's not appropriate. If it wasn't meant, then sever that. If it's too painful, sever it.
Yes.
But one of the things that I encourage you to do as you write down these particular names, because you're going to be feeling some kind of way, they're going to bring up feelings, because if you're writing them down, evidently they've affected you. You've been affected. Excuse me. And so what I wanted to discuss this week is, not only do you want to not hinder yourself from discharging, like if it brings up really painful feelings and you want to cry about it, cry about it. If you want to talk about it, talk about it. If you want to laugh about it, laugh about it. Yes. If you want to punch a pillow, punch a pillow. Just punch a pillow, though. Right. Just punch a pillow. Don't punch nobody. You don't want to get a domestic violence on top of trying to discharge these feelings.
Right.
But what I suggest as well is, because like I said, I've been covering this for a couple of weeks, even though it hasn't aired, and this is hopefully going to go on the air. Yes. But as once you get your list of people like you feel like may have offended you, I want you to turn the page and just write the first person at the top of the page, and write everything you would say to that person if they were sitting right in front of you. It doesn't matter what it is. If you wanted to cuss them out, cuss them out.
Right.
If you wanted to, and if you're not a writer, what I suggest is that you just sit a chair, an empty chair, in a room. Maybe wait till everybody's gone, because you don't want to seem crazy, but it's necessary. It's necessary. And then sit there and think about what this person might have done. Because see, what you want to do is get it out. Yes. Get it off of you and get it gone. That's the goal. The objective is to get it up off of you.
Yeah, hold
that burden. Get it out of you and get it gone. And once you have completed that process, fold that piece of paper up, get you a shoebox or something, and put it in a box. And I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do with these particular people. Okay. Next time we come back, because we are truly out of time. Yes. But I encourage you to do this activity. You will be amazed at how relieved you will be once you get this out of your system. And I'll tell you another thing. It's very difficult to move into a really healthy space in life. Inwardly, to just walk in inner peace and to really embrace who you are with all this garbage on you.
Right, you got
you got to clear the garbage out. Yeah. And trust me when I tell you this, believe me. Whoever you feel may have offended you, however long ago. Trust me when I tell you, they are on la-di-da about their lives, and they are not thinking about you. People hold themselves in hostage situations with these crazy emotions and this unforgiveness for decades when they could have been free. So what I am hoping that you will help me help you be free to be who you are. And so that's our goal. And I'm sorry that we had to cut it a little bit short because we got somebody coming in today. However, we're going to go a little bit deeper, talk a little bit more, because I have a whole lot of information that I want to share with you about being free to be me. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, free to be me.
Releasing all those things that are in your mind.
Right. You know, because sexuality is not about sex. It's about embracing who you are as a human being, as a person, as a woman, as a man, being confident, loving who you are, all of you, whatever that means, and then shedding what's not necessary, what you cannot use, what does not work.
I like how you said that.
And what does not work, and embracing and strengthening what does. So I'm Jannell. Thank you for tuning in to the Victoria Reynolds Show. WUDG. You know, we're gonna have to get you guys calling in because we're gonna be talking about a lot of information. We're gonna be talking about a lot of information, and I really want you guys to tune in to the Victoria Reynolds Show on Wednesdays from 4 to 6. And I apologize, we started late, but we wanted to make sure we got on the air this week. So I really do apologize for that. And join us next week. Yeah, remember, join us next week.
Next week, and also that Black lives do matter.
Yes, all lives matter.
All lives.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's just that there's so much going on with Black people of color.
Right.
And so we had to address that today, but we love
everybody.
Every color, every nationality.
Absolutely.
And you know that. So we're going to see you next week. Au revoir. Adios.
When filmmakers view the world, their goal is to capture a moment or idea in time. Here at the Ohio Media School Columbus campus, the 6-month film and video program helps young and aspiring filmmakers prepare for their journey in the cinema world. Learn scene shooting, set roles, advanced post-production, and fundamentals of motion pictures as part of the in front of and behind the scenes training as an emphasis student at the Ohio Media School. Capture your imagination finding the best ways to screenwrite and storyboard your films. Learn from media and cinema experienced instructors who share their real-world experience as part of the 24-week program. Financial aid and job placement assistance is available for those who qualify. Enrollment qualifications based on completion, prior education, achievement, or professional experience. To find out more information, go to beonair.com or call 614-655-5250 and enroll today. The Ohio Media School, where broadcast media careers begin.
Only undergroundcolumbus.com.
The Underground Vault is back and better than ever. For your chance to win prizes, call 614-636-5601. When you call your favorite on-air personalities, they'll give you the chance to win, and once every week, one lucky listener will win what's in the Underground